was a nice lift back there. But you got a lot to learn.
Crap.
You stick with me and I'll teach you a few things.
No offense, but I don't even know you.
My friends call me Sully.
So let's talk about the trophy combat Leapfrog. We have to kill 10 enemies in a row, alternating hand-to-hand combat and gunfire. Now, a really good spot to get this is going to be in chapter number 5. I'm showing you on screen right now. It takes place in the Golden Hind Room. It's going to be 3 guys that flush out of that doorway, and that's kind of when the combat sequence starts. Now, it doesn't really matter which one you choose first, whether you want to do hand-to-hand combat or gunfire. You know, just pick whichever one you prefer. But all you have to do is just make sure that you alternate, right? So if you kill somebody with gunfire, you know, just count them as number 1. And then the second guy you kill, you need to punch that person and just keep going back and forth until you're able to get the trophy. Now, one thing that I do to keep track of what I'm doing in the game is if I use hand-to-hand combat, I will say hand, and when I shoot somebody, I will say shoot. So I'm constantly saying hand, shoot, hand, shoot. You see what I'm saying? Until I get my 10. Now, you're not going to hear that in this particular video because obviously I'm doing the commentary now, but when I was playing the game live, that's what I was saying. Hand, shoot, hand, shoot. That way I can keep track of it, because combat sequences can get crazy sometimes. A lot of times Sully will kill somebody when they're really close to you, and you might be going to punch them and they might die, and you might think in your brain, well, did I just punch them, or what just happened? So I make sure that when I kill somebody, I say hand, shoot, and that just keeps, you know, track for me. You can come up with whichever method that you would prefer. And I can show you right here that if you start in the Golden Hind Room and you work your way through all the combat sequences, this is pretty much right here where your trophy is going to pop in this particular combat sequence. If at any point you feel like that you've went out of order or something like that, just restart your checkpoint. Now, I can tell you this too, if you get too far into the combat sequence and you restart your checkpoint, you're not going to be in the Golden Hind Room. So what you can do to remedy that is when you're in the Golden Hind Room, before you start this, go ahead and create a couple of save files, right? That way, if you get too far into the combat sequence and it's just not working out for you, you're losing track or whatever of who you've killed and how you've killed them, you can load up your previous save so that it puts you back into the Golden Hind Room, right? Now, also keep in mind that you don't have to get this here. You can get it anywhere in the game. I like this particular spot because it's a very linear combat. That's actually a couple of linear combat sequences strung together. So all the enemies are kind of facing you. They're not really flanking you a lot. And it's really controlled combat in my opinion, which is why I like to get this particular trophy here. So just keep all those tips in mind. If you got any questions, leave them in the comments below. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. You guys be good.